Thanks, as we now started in 2011, Zone Radio, an online radio station, has used the media platform to train and inspire young people who have shown an interest in broadcasting. The brainchild of Richard, the unicorn Griggs, the station has focused on developing careers not only behind the microphone, but giving artists an opportunity to have their music played. He joins us from our Cape Town studios. Richard, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. Just give us the idea, the background to how Zone Radio came into existence.
Good morning, Sam. Thanks for having us on here this morning. It's really appreciated. I've been in media for some time, and looking around and doing what I was doing in broadcasting, I realized that young people weren't getting the opportunity. Commercial stations wanted experienced people, and there was not really a platform for young people to gain practical experience. So that was the background really to starting Zone Radio. It was really not my brainchild. It was the brainchild of a remarkable broadcaster called Steve Wood. And he was my mentor, and this was something that he dreamed about doing. And when he passed on, I thought I would continue and build that legacy for him, and that's what we've done at Zone Radio.
The kind of young people that come through the radio station, the kind of people that you've mentored over the years, give me a general kind of background to kind of their stories. Well,
a lot of them are people that don't have the opportunity and will probably never get the opportunity to set foot in a radio studio. There are many people who have aspirations, many people who have dreams about doing things, and they harbor these dreams and never get an opportunity to express themselves. And I wanted to give these young people, a lot of them some of them come from privileged backgrounds, I have to grant that, but many of them and most of them come from backgrounds where they never get that opportunity. And we opened the door to them and said all they have to do, the only qualification to being a trainee at Zone Radio is to walk through the door and ask a question.
And what are some of the elements that you teach these young people?
The focus is very much on the practical, Sam. It's teaching people the proper mic techniques, teaching people how to structure a show, teaching people how to structure a speech link, teaching them how to manage a studio, teaching them how to deal with the management of the facility that is a place that should be respected, a radio studio. But it goes beyond that. It's not just presenters, it's also radio journalists. So I deal with a lot of young radio journalists who come in and want to do internships, and they want to put together stories, and they need to learn how to do that. So it's quite a broad spectrum. There's a lot of technical stuff that we do as well. So it's quite a broad thing. I think in the 5 years that I've been doing this, I think we've covered I've trained about 100 presenters, people, and 15 of them have actually gone on to careers in the industry.
So apart from training young people, you're also running an online radio platform that's promoting local music, especially in your Zone Radio Top 40. It's quite interesting to see on your website that part of the criteria for submitting music is that you use that word that's saying artists don't have to jump through hoops in order to get the music playlist.
Yeah, look, we all know that is a problem. I just want to wind back one. I think the reason for Zone Radio being a station that is live and running on the internet is so that these young people have got a place to hone their skills. We know that it takes time to build a radio presenter or create a broadcaster, and sometimes they need that space, a space to express themselves. But on the music front, yeah, no, look, I'm a firm believer that we've got great talent in this country, exceptional talent in this country. And like the radio presenters, you're not going to discover the gems unless you actually give everybody an opportunity. And I feel the same way about South African music. I think that if there isn't, radio stations aren't playing the good with the bad, you're never really going to be able to uncover the gems in South African music industry, and there are many of them out there, and make them jump through hoops. What's the point? Just play the song. If people like it, they'll respond to it.
We are living in an environment where the online environment is becoming more and more established. This platform was started in 2011, where the idea of online was still a bit of a novelty, but it's now catched on to, and people consider it to be a serious platform. What are some of the challenges in running an online platform while training young people?
Finance. I'd have to go to finance. I think that the people still don't get that internet radio is a valid medium. I think that a lot of advertising agencies overlook the fact that if you put a collective of internet radio stations together, you have a substantial audience across a broad spectrum of the population. They don't really get that. The other thing is, funding is the biggest problem. I mean, that is keeping the doors open. That's the challenge. Creating opportunities, this we can do. To continue to create the opportunities, that is the challenge, and funding that challenge is very difficult.
Okay, so there's a young person sitting at home. He's in your neck of the woods. What does he have to do to get hold of Zone Radio? And if people want to listen to the radio station, where do they go?
Well, Zone Radio, you find that on our website, zoneradio.co.za. You can also go to the App Store, look under the Net Dynamics apps, and you'll find a platform, a app that you can download onto your phone. Anybody that wants to get hold of us is go to the same website, zoneradio.co.za. You can go to our Facebook page, Zone Radio. And it's really, Sam, as simple as any young person who feels that they want to be a radio presenter emails us, we set up an appointment for them, and the answer is always going to be yes. Whether they succeed or fail, that is established later, but they will never ever die wondering.
Richard, thank you very much for joining us from our Cape Town studio. That is one of the mentors at the Zone Radio station, Richard, the Unicorn Griggs, talking to us about the online radio platform he has kept going to help develop young people in the broadcasting industry. We take an ad break.